Hello everyone and welcome to the Good Game Lobby review of While Waiting, a puzzle adventure comedy that gives us many different ways to pass the time while waiting for life's next level. Illusion could have one of the best studio names. They've released a few games to their name, with puzzles as the main gameplay mechanic, and they've followed suit with their latest release, While Waiting. Let's get into the story. You start off as a soul, packed in a line, awaiting your role to be born on Earth. Even before making it to your body, your soul has character. You can start to deviate from the path, jump out of line, or cause trouble to the point where guardrails need to be installed. You're the odd one out here, a unique one, ready to defy all logic while waiting to be born. The full game takes place between three main points in your life. It starts with you as a child, then a young adult, and then concludes with you as a senior, all coming with the challenges of patience and waiting for small events and at times monumental achievements. The game has 100 levels to complete the main story, with you waiting for each level to end. You can legitimately just place the controller down and do nothing. The level will run its course, and you'll move to the next one regardless of whether you're playing it or not. I tested this with a few levels I was a bit frustrated with. I even did the dishes while watching a few levels. The true gameplay though is how you spend that time waiting. Cover a billboard with flyers, pet a dog, play an arcade game using your own imagination, or make sure you have all your belongings before you make it to the airport. It's simple enough and doesn't have a huge difficulty, but I did find that some areas where you would assume you could interact with something were just outside the space designated for it. Not sure what you would call it, but think of it like a hitbox in a shooter. The comedic parts of the game are the ways you interact with things while waiting, hopping around a conveyor belt, messing with other people's luggage, doom scrolling on your phone waiting for someone to like your post, only to end up needing to fill in a CAPTCHA, which is hilarious to have as part of a level. One of my favorite levels is waiting for your parents to answer a video call, and you can choose what they'll see when they answer. For example, I decided to have the camera facing my semi-nude roommate. Oddly enough, the parents loved it. The objectives are sometimes straightforward for each level, but at times they're a bit more difficult to find. In those moments of waiting, sometimes you just want to get to the next level, or other times the level ends just as you're about to complete an objective or solve an Easter egg. It adds to the sense of difficulty in this easy-to-play game. No worries, you can always restart the level and try again. While Waiting is a very charming game with hand-drawn illustrative style. It could easily be a cartoon show with minimal movement and setup. The backgrounds and surroundings are mostly black and white canvas, and the items that you interact with move in the scene or colored, almost like a coloring book. It has certain accents around the main area you interact with to give it an engaging atmosphere. It's easy to put the protagonist in silly places during some of the funnier levels of the game. The sound design for a puzzle adventure like this is simple enough. The sound of scissors clipping while getting a haircut, or even the sound of a pen scratching the surface while filling out a form. The soundtrack uses many older songs that don't need a license to be used, so it doesn't have anything original across the board. I do like to highlight a song from every game's soundtrack, but unfortunately in While Waiting, I didn't find one that stood out. While Waiting took me roughly 3+ hours to complete the main game, it has many objectives to complete for each of the 100 levels. Rest assured that you can go back to the specific level after finishing the main game to complete any objectives you may have missed. It's easily a game you can complete in one sitting, but the waiting part of some levels can get a bit frustrating. Though I powered through in one session, I recommend taking a few breaks. One nice touch is that they have a fidget section. You can just press a button and have a fidget spinner or a button that you press over and over, and after it empties the whole bar, they'll ask you if you want to skip to the next level. It's a great addition for someone who doesn't want to wait anymore. The price point for what's offered seems a bit high to me. The time it takes to play and the amount of actual gameplay makes it a bit steep in my opinion at $19.99. But considering sales are often on Steam, I would recommend waiting until a sale to pick this one up. Pricing is subjective, so take that into consideration. While Waiting is a charming puzzle game with a comedic style that hides an emotional story underneath, one you chip away at while waiting for life's trivial or triumphant accomplishments. It gives you time to self-reflect because you also have to go through these awkward moments of waiting, trying to pass the time. Remember when a smartphone wasn't just in your hands at all times? What were we even doing? While Waiting is a must-play for me. Let me know in the comments if you plan on picking it up. Thanks to Lurkit for the review key. Thanks for watching my review of While Waiting. Want another puzzle game to check out? Then why not watch my review of a Ranger role puzzling adventure? And if you haven't seen it already, check out my list of the 25 best indie games of 2024. Thanks, and as always, GG.